I think, you know, real understanding in the way in which deterrence works and the levels at which it functions, right? So is it possible to deter behaviors at one level of conflict with tools from another? The challenge that India has and has had kind of continuously for a period of time of trying to find a way to use its much larger conventional military to deter sponsorship for terrorism, and then questions about the degree to which conventional military force use is deterred by nuclear. These things don't seem to cross over quite so clearly or have the same efficacy from one to another that maybe sort of early theorizing suggested. And so I think that's something really something that should be thought about quite carefully. I think recognizing that in many respects, when it comes to academic concepts, we're in undiscovered territory when it comes to South Asia. I mean, up until 1999, people would say reliably that nuclear armed states don't go to war. I think the Kargil War just barely meets the threshold of being considered a war in the sense that we political scientists look at 1,000 battle deaths, which it just about hit. The use of air power by two nuclear armed states, against each other. The only other clash we really have on record was between the Russians and the Chinese in the late 1960s, and both of those sides carried out attacks on each other that were largely with either small arms or improvised weapons, specifically to avoid escalation. So, how these dynamics really play out in practice and decision making, the events we're witnessing and looking at here are going to be shaping, I think, theory and academic understanding in important ways for a long time to come. And so I think it's really, really good to be paying attention to this. There's a lot of crises and a lot of conflicts in the world going on right now, and I'm sure they're all fighting for, attention and analytical space. But this one is important on so many levels. I think it really, really needs to be something people get smart on.